Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Saturday, everybody. Oh my goodness. I have a whole scrappy situation going on my desk right now. What's up with this background? Well, the channel members know we just ripped the band-aid right off my desk yesterday and went back to the glass mat. I was getting too many of my projects dirty. Okay, I'm not even going to waste any time. We're just going to get right into this. We're, of course, and it doesn't happen every time, but like we can't count on it going this way every single Saturday. But the majority of the times we start with a craft roulette card, I get it submitted, and then we move on to other crafty projects, a journal, whatever. Um, Yesterday I hung out with channel members and I can't show you the inside because I don't want to spoil anything for them because this is going to be like a 3-4 part series for them. But we made a journal out of paper, no sew, it was just glued together. She's pretty thick already. This is the cover. And that's what I can show you. But yeah, there's a lot going on in here, and we just glued paper together. It was a whole lot of fun. I just hung out. It says have an open heart. I did put the bunting on it and finished the cover. Anyways, so that was a whole lot of fun. I also finished this journal cover. Actually, just last night I was hanging out chatting with Desiree on the phone, and I was in my merry little zone finishing the cover of this little junk journal that we made in a live earlier this week on the channel that anybody can see. So that's super fun. Put a bird on it. When in doubt, slap a bird on it. All right. So let's get into this. This is going to be so much fun. Okay, because I was multitasking, there was a soccer game. I was chatting with Desiree. Craft Roulette was live. I had a lot going on all at once last night. And then my mom came over and it was just, whew, it was wild. I had turned on Craft Roulette and I thought, okay, I'm going to settle into this, but that didn't happen. So honestly, I watched some of the crafting, but I did get to see the spin. Um, and I need to go back and like watch it with the volume on because I kind of let it play on mute. But anyways, the parameters, where did they go? They were, I, when Mary first spun, I was like, poor Chelsea. I was on the phone with Desiree at the time. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm not on Craft Roulette tonight. But then, like, immediately an idea came to me. So that's what I'm going to try to do today with all of you. But the parameters were an easel card, craft store colors, a table, and a bug or insect. This is for episode 324 with Chelsea Comer. She's the Inky Stamper, and she is just as sweet as she looks, even sweeter. She's really wonderful. I got to meet her for the first time at Paper Ganza last year, and she's a delight. So I can't wait to go back and watch her episode. All right, let me find you guys so I don't get like 4 years behind on chat because that's not cool, Bitty Penny. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Deputy Heidi. Hello, Lisa. Good afternoon to you. Hi, Norma. Hi, Maddie, Angie, Holly. Hello. Happy birthday, Lisa. Guys, we have so many June birthdays. And by the way, this is like the June birthday party. I don't have anyone here with me. I am so sorry. I can't do that every time, but I will pull it off as many times as I possibly can. Um, but happy birthday to Lisa, Angie, Jason. Who else? We've had other birthdays. Those are the first three that popped into my head. Carmina. Um, who else are our birthdays this month? and I know I'm forgetting someone, and I'm so sorry. Um, but yeah, let's jump into this. Oh, Lisa, you may know Mary Fedden. Do you know Mary Fedden? She's like one of the a really famous British painter. Okay, so let's jump into this. And happy birthday, and I'll keep saying it. Is it Gloria? It might be Gloria. I think it is Gloria. Yes, it's birthday party, so happy birthday. Okay, so easel card, craft store colors, table. Table. Okay. I thought, okay, how do you bring table and butterfly together? And I was thinking, ooh, a butterfly tablecloth. Then I thought, ooh, I could make and I have ideas for y'all if y'all probably aren't going to go the way I'm going to go with my card, but I have some ideas for tables. So let me show you that real quick. What about things that go on the table? Like, I think you could justify like cute mugs, like little teacups or mugs, teapots. A tea set goes on a table, and you could put that on your card and just do a real simple like background. There you go. And then put a butterfly up in the sky or a ladybug, whatever. That's one thing. Food goes on the table, right? We don't really like to eat it off of anything else. And I have these giant food stamps, and it would be kind of fun to do like an avocado or a pear. How about table grapes? I think you could do like grapes and wine. And even though you wouldn't have a table on your card per se, um, you could get by with table grapes or teacups or food. Those are some of the ideas that I had. Now, I'm going to do something different, and I want to just show this book to you for inspiration. We've seen it before. I've already gone through it because I'm not going to take you through the whole thing. It is amazing, but I won't take you through the whole thing. But Mary Fedden was a British painter. You guys, she had a long life. It's awesome. She was born in 1915 and passed away in 2012. Way to go, Mary. And she painted still lifes mostly, but she did do scenes like landscapes as well. I feel like her paintings to me always feel like a dream, like a volcano with a zebra. What? And then there's some food. I mean, her color palette, her way of painting just always feels really dreamlike to me. I feel like I could see a Mary Fedden painting somewhere and go, that's Mary. But this is some of her work. And what we're going to do today is we're going to make an easel card, and I'm going to paint. And the thing that came up to me was, and I just have a few of these laid out here because I thought, like things that go on a table. This is kind of like when I was saying you could put a teacup or, things and just do a real basic background. This one had a gray, just a basic gray background. So your little teacup could be on a basic background. You wouldn't have to go in and actually paint in a table or do any of that. Or what about this? Another idea I had was like a wood grained embossing folder for your background, and that could imply a table. So if you want to bring in wood grain paper or wood grained embossing folder, I thought that would be a good table to use. Here's some of her other work. But yeah, just really, really cool. The other thing I want to say is Mary was a professional artist with lots of accolades, right? But she didn't always paint in perspective. So this is, I think, a really great example of that. And that's why I had this page marked, is because her perspective isn't perfect, but she really wanted you to see what was on the table in detail. And so when you're painting or you're doing art and it's not something you do every day and you're going out on a limb for craft roulette, don't be hard on yourself if your perspective is off. Nobody cares. I heard a quote this morning that I want to share with you all, and it's that people don't remember perfection, they remember feelings. And I think that that's what I love about folk art and art like this is that there's nothing perfect about it, but it evokes a feeling. And that's what I connect to in art. So I want, as you explore these parameters and think about these things, don't be hard on yourself about perspective or, you know, anything like that because your people aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for a feeling. And you making them a card and giving them a card is going to give them good feels, unless you're telling them off. Don't tell them off unless you have to. I'm not your mom. All right. That's Mary Fedden. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that because I want to show you where I'm going with my card. Okay. I did a quick sketch. Now, where in the world is that sketchbook? Oh, sketchbook. Where did you go? Where did it go? All right, I did get out a couple of stamps I might end up using. I got out a butterfly stamp and a, a Fazzy stamp. And I also got one out for, these are Colorado Craft Company. I don't know if she still has these or not, but one is about like men and one's about women. So we've got like father, dad, daddy, brother, nephew, granddad, uncle, grandfather, son, papa, grandson, papa. And then we've got mommy, mama, grandma, grandmother, mother, sister. Anyways, all the different roles that we play, right? And I thought these are really helpful. So I might end up using this one and turn this into a Father's Day card for my hubsters. Where is the sketchbook? All right. Where? I thought I just had it on this table. I put it behind me. Here she is. You had just had her. This is the scene that I have in mind. I want to paint a table and I'm going to put butterflies on my tablecloth. I'm just going to put a simple arrangement, a card, and a bowl. The bowl is for a bowl full of happiness. I know y'all can barely see that because I just sketched this in pencil real quick. And then down here, peeking under here is going to be my dog. And, you know, so the tablecloth will be wrinkled up so that she can be underneath that. And she loves not to chew on my husband's shoes, but she's so funny. She wants to lay right beside us sometimes. And so she moves our shoes around and she likes to. On Christmas morning, my husband got a pair of new house slippers. And by Christmas night, he went to put them on, and that one of them was soaking wet. She had licked his house slipper that he hadn't even worn yet until it was just soaking wet. So she does have a thing for shoes. She rearranges them, she licks them. So I think it would be really cute to have Fazzy Bear under the table with a shoe. And I'm going to turn this like into a Father's Day card for him from the dog and me. All right, let me keep saying hello. So fun, Lisa. Enjoy your fabulous goodies. You got fabulous goodies, Lisa? Kuretake watercolors. Ooh, watercolor pads. And an envelope punch. Ooh, lots of patterned paper, alcohol pens. I've been very blessed. Oh, Lisa, good, 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 good. Bonjour, Valerie and Oliver. Good morning. Nice to be here for a few minutes. Oh, it's so wonderful to have you here, even if it's for a few minutes. We're happy to see your face. Sue's here. Hi, Sue. Yes, I've been well, very busy. The end of school, yeah. All right. Let's get some paper out. Now, my friend, where is it? I thought I had it. Golly, is that going to be the theme of this live? Where is it? cue the theme song. Where is it? Oh, I don't know where it is. So my friend Karen had sent me some watercolor paper to try, and I thought I had it right here. What happens is I move things to get ready for a live, and then that's how I lose them. That's okay. We'll just grab another sheet of paper. So let's get this party started. I am going to use, I think I'm all out of Canson XL, which makes me very sad. I need to go to Michael's and get some more. Let's see, is this a Canson XL? Nope. That's okay. I have a little bit of another watercolor paper pad left, but I'm wanting this thicker, sturdier paper. This one's really great. I bought this at Walmart when I was in Kansas City last year because somehow I left the house without watercolor paper. But this is by Royal and Langnickel, which is a great brand, and it's a B Company paper, and it is great. You get 50 sheets of 9 by 12, 300 GSM. I really like it. It was affordable. It should be somewhat easy to find at your, hopefully at your local Walmart. Hopefully they're still carrying it. I don't know. But that's where I got mine. So let's cut this down to size. We were supposed to have roofers here today, but then we had rain, so I don't know. They did come yesterday. They stripped the roof. Boy, that was fun to listen to. And then they put like the felt down, and they're supposed to come back this morning and finish it, but then we had a bunch of rain this morning, so I'm assuming they're going to be back on Monday. The saga continues. I have the Ucreate you suggested. I like it for stamping. Exactly. Because I'm going to be mostly painting, I feel like I can get away with this paper. But yes, Lisa, 100%. If you want to stamp and watercolor, then I do suggest you use the Ucreate paper. Also, if you want to put it in journals, like if you wanted to watercolor a bunch of paper and put it like as journal pages, I would also use the Ucreate for that. This, I'm making an easel card, and so I'm going to use this sturdier, and I'm going to be painting my scene, so I'm going to use this sturdier watercolor paper for that. All right, I've got some clean water. Flo! Hello. All right, so going from my sketch, by the way, I'm making this card for my hubby because for Father's Day, I'm taking him to lunch and I'm painting him a picture of our dog. And I sketched her. That's Fazzy Wazzy. That's his girl. So that's what I'm giving him for Father's Day because we're trying to save all of our money, especially because we have to repair our roof before we go on vacation. Saving money and painting him a picture for Father's Day. All right, so I'm going to follow my initial sketch. Let's go. All right. I think I do want to end the table. I was trying to decide if I wanted the tablecloth and table to go to all the way across or stop. I think I will stop it. Actually, this edge, I'm going to take all the way to the edge. So this is our tabletop. I'll take this down. Okay, now let's get out the Fazzy Waz. I'm going to use this stamp, Bravely, right there. So let's go ahead and fit her in to the scene. How's everybody doing? Everyone well? I hope you're all well. just gonna channel around the house today and do chores. Ew. I need to do the same thing. Will I do the same thing? There's no guarantee, but I need to do the same thing, Flo. All right, let's stamp Fazzy here. Another thing you could do, and we can all talk about what y'all's ideas are for table, but another thing for table is you could just do a flower vase. You know, flower vases usually go on tables. So you could do a vase with flowers in it. You could do a nightstand. That's a table, right? Picnic table. I was thinking of vanity. You know, like where you do your makeup. My daughter has a vanity in her room. That could totally work. My husband is like so sweet and considerate. When we were booking rooms for our trip, he was like, "Can you find one that like has like a, you know, kind of like a vanity?" Or he likes it when the the vanity and sink are separate from the shower and toilet, because lots of people can kind of be getting ready at the same time. Makes perfect sense. But that seems to be like an older style that they don't do that much anymore. Bring it back. All right. Now we have a vase. And then I want to put a card on the table. So I'm going to draw. I hope y'all can see what I'm doing well enough. I know this is in pencil. I'm trying to draw my pencil pretty dark. Yeah, and I'm going to put a bowl on here because I want my husband to just have a bowl full of happiness. I want him to be bowled over with happiness. Plus, it's on a table. What else are you going to put on there? And then I'm going to put tulips because tulips are easy to draw. And that was our flower at our wedding. We had all the colors of tulips. So I'm going to put tulips in the vase. There we go. All right. I think we've got it. Let's do this thing. All right. Not much. I mean, pretty much just like the sketch. Water. Paint and brushes. Let's see. I was trying to decide what kind of medium I wanted to paint with today. I think what I'll do is I'll start with watercolor. Zero people are surprised. And then I will transition into acrylic paint as needed. I think that's what I'm gonna do. What if we put curtains in the background? That would be kind of interesting. I have some really pretty yellow velvet curtains in our dining room. So how about we do that? It's very clear for you. Good. I'm so glad. I tried to draw it dark enough that you could actually see what I was doing. Okay, let's do some yellow velvet curtains. He'll feel right at home. I was going to make the tablecloth yellow. Now I'm going to have to make the tablecloth a different color. I love tablecloths and placemats. I love decorating my table. Anytime we have guests and company, I always enjoy decorating my table. I have a whole collection of tablecloths. All right, and then we'll paint in a window too, since now we have curtains. This is becoming a whole scene. I hope you can see the drawing skills here are very basic. I want you to feel like you can do this too, even though this may not strike your fancy the way it strikes mine. I'm not doing anything complicated. I think a lot of times when we see people go off script and start painting and drawing on their cards and not using stamps or dies, there may be some like intimidation factor there. But I just say go for it. The more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get. And I think the more you'll see how capable you really are to do the same thing. Okay. And my curtains do go down to the floor. So there are the curtains. Let's do a little bit of Kalinda. Hello. Let's do and I am using granulating watercolors, which is kind of wild, but it'll be fine. Everything out our window is green. So I might just use a lot of green. I am going to put a little bit of blue in the sky. This is going to be a very abstract, ooh, stormy sky. If you're watercoloring and your sky gets a little more stormy than you want, just grab a dry and clean paper towel and you can dab it up. Plus, see, plus watercolor dries back lighter, so it'll go on pretty dark, but then as it dries, it gets much lighter. And I would love it if the edge of this could be more sharp. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Now, when you go back in, don't use that same part again. Keep that off your paper. Grab a different, touch down in a different spot. Okay, so there's our window. And I'm going to drag this color down, but I'm going to keep it pretty mellow back here. I don't want it to be too bold. But now I'm transitioning to that green, and I'm just going to bring that green in. Because outside of our window, you can see plants everywhere. Gosh, I guess my husband's getting 2 works of art for Father's Day. This card and the painting of our dog. All right. We're going to see, oh, Toy Story 5. I want to see it so bad. You're seeing it this afternoon and have dinner out. Oh, that's so fun. My son is wanting to go see this horror movie again that he saw with his father. And he wanted me to go so badly. But you guys, I'm a big scaredy cat. So last night I was like, okay, look, I'll watch the trailer and see if I think I can handle it. I didn't even make it through the trailer. I was like, no, I don't like these feelings. I don't want to watch this. I'm so sorry. I would love nothing more than to go to the movies with my son and sit next to him and him invite me to the movies and me be like, yes. You know what I mean? Like, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. However, I can't lose my peace and I explained it to him and he understands. Horror movies cause me to lose my peace. And when I was like 13 or 14, we were having a sleepover at one of my girlfriend's house and they were going to watch Silence of the Lambs. So we all started it. And all I know, because I've never seen the movie all the way, there's some kind of van scene, and that's all I remember. Is there was a van scene, and I was like, you know what? I don't have to watch this. And I like gained my independence from scary movies, and I've never gone back. I've never gone back and watched that movie. I left the room. I was like, hey guys, I'm going to bed. Like, I don't want to watch this. I'll catch you in the morning. And I went to bed and they stayed up and watched the movie. And I haven't watched scary movies since. Like, it's just not my thing. You know, you can't unsee things. And even if it's just like a movie and you know it's fake or whatever, I don't like the concepts, the ideas, like, and I don't like how it stills my peace. I don't like that feeling. So I don't do it. But I was like, I'll go watch Toy Story 5 with you. Okay, we have dark wood floors. Well, they're not really wood, they're laminate. So that's what that's all about. I think our um, tablecloth should be purple. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the butterflies now. This cracked me up when I pulled this out today because I have a note here, stamp first, then punch, because I have this stamp set from Stampin' Up! And I obviously can't, I don't use it, you know, all the time. I can't remember. Am I supposed to stamp first or punch first? I don't know. I left myself a note the last time I used it. Oh, these stamps are all connected. Oh, bummer. That's not great for me. I don't want to cut them apart because, all right, we're going to use this one because this is the only one that's single, and I wanted the small butterfly to make a pattern on this tablecloth. Anyway, so I left myself a note to stamp and then punch. And that's why they're connected. All these are connected so that you can just punch them out really easily. My one son is emotionally very young. We love it because we get to see young films. Oh, yeah. Like my son will go see Toy Story with us. My son is very cerebral. He's a heavy thinker. So when I asked him what he liked about the movie, he had a very detailed response. And, you know, I get it. When I was in high school, Pulp Fiction came out. And I went and saw it with my boyfriend, who was quite square. And then I don't think he really enjoyed it. And I was like, what did I just see? I skipped school the next day, drove myself to the movie theater and saw it again. I needed to figure out what I had seen. Let's see. I feel like, okay, let me think this through. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to emboss this I'm gonna emboss this. The butterflies on here, and then I can watercolor around them and not lose the color. And if I don't see a bunch of powder coming out, I feel like I'm not getting it out, but it probably is coming out. It's because for so many years I just used that little powder puff thing. I think there's powder coming out. Okay. So I am going to stamp and emboss some butterflies. This is so perfect, you guys, because guess what? We have butterflies. Well, first of all, we have bunnies in our yard. Fazzy does never chases the bunnies. She just watches the bunnies. She's like, I like to hop too. And she loves the bunnies. She has no problem with the bunnies. Butterflies and flying things, she loves to chase. She wants to fly. And in fact, Sparkleheart used to always draw her with fairy wings. When she would draw a picture of Fazzy, she would draw her with fairy wings because she obviously wants to fly. uh, okay, let me emboss this real quick. Oh, good. My clear embossing powder is already out. Let's emboss Fazzy while we're at it, just in case. How's everybody doing? Is everybody good? Have y'all made your craft roulette cards? Let's talk about tables. When you saw the table parameter, if you saw that last night, what were you thinking? Yeah, same, Maddie. Fazzy will also chase birds through the yard. Even though they're up in the sky, she's running through the yard, going after them. Oh man, yeah. Toy Story is we just brings back so many good memories of my children being small, and I think it was Toy Story 2. My son used to be like, I want to watch Spicy Woody. And I knew that he meant Toy Story 2. Spicy Woody was because of all the fire in one of the scenes. So he called it Spicy Woody. I might have knocked too much embossing powder off of here. Oh, Fazzy's embossed though. Oh, good. She has a shiny nose, just like in real life. But the butterflies are not really, I didn't really get the butterflies embossed. A little bit, but not too much. It's okay. Aw, Toy Story. All of them are my favorite. Aw, I love that. Yeah, Toy Story. I mean, who can get mad at Toy Story? In fact, when we went to Disney World and we went to Hollywood Studios, that's where the Toy Story area is. Golly, it's amazing, you guys. If you haven't been, they built Toy Story so that you're to scale. When we go and we talk about scale, they built it so that you're like a toy, so that everything around you makes you feel like you're toy sized. And then they have like the soldiers walking around. It's magic. Disney's so magical. It really is a magical place to visit. Oh, I was going to do purple, not blue. I want to do blue. Okay, that's all right. We can work this out. I'm going to have to tread lightly. Originally, if I had gotten these butterflies embossed really well, I could just paint right over them. But I did not get the butterflies embossed really well, so we're going to have to tread lightly around the butterflies. And if I mess it up, it's no big deal because then what I can do is stamp and punch out the butterflies and just add them on top. And that might be more interesting. Because so far we're building a one layer card. I never do one layer cards. When I first started in card making, Kelly used to do all one layers, and it was like magic watching her stamp everything and color it in with her Copic markers and make all the one layer cards. I don't think she does that anymore as much. I think she makes more layered cards now. I can't remember the name of her channel. Kelly Levetable? I know I'm butchering her last name. She's also been on Craft Roulette once or twice, a couple of times, I believe. Ooh, I want to put splatter on this tablecloth. Just like in real life. My son used to try to hide food under his placemat when he was little. I'd be like, oh my gosh, great job, Enzy. You tried a new food today. And then I'd clean up the table and be like, oh, there it is. Found it. Well, you know what I was thinking of with table? What about, you know, a roulette table, y'all? I was like, ah, I wonder if anyone's going to make a roulette table. And I thought about, did I bring it out? I don't think I brought it out, but May last year gave us all a craft roulette stamp set. It was in the swag bag at Paper Ganza. And I was like, ooh, I wonder who will use that stamp set and make a craft roulette table. The colors were craft store colors, and I think that could just about anything could go. So I didn't have to worry about colors today. I mean, there's a paint aisle in the craft store which has every color under the sun, so did not have to worry about that parameter today. The World Cup has been so much fun so far. We didn't get to travel and go to as many fan camps as we had planned or wanted to, again, because of the roof. but we're still enjoying it. Yay! Yeah, that's true, Maddie. I could paint the butterflies in acrylic paint over the top. Whoops, that's got some purple on there. It's okay. Oh my gosh, Fazzy had to have a bath yesterday. She was so stinky. My husband's convinced she was rolling around in something in the backyard. She was like, she didn't just smell bad, it was offensive. It like was an offensive smell. She got soaked up twice. And I am just kind of intentionally letting this tablecloth have variation in it because I think it makes it more interesting to have it like dark and light. And we've got that blue in there. I am also using granulating colors. So these are two-tone granulating, meaning that when you paint them out, the paint will separate into two different colors. So I was never expecting a smooth, uh, even toned tablecloth when I set out to paint this. All right, let's paint the Wazzy. She's a mess. She's all kinds of colors. Let's see, I'm going to water this one down. And by watering it down, I'm going to get a lighter color. Yeah. And then I can go in and add some of her other colors. Fazzy is on my channel, actually. There's a video of her, actually for Craft Roulette. And so if you wanted to see her in all of her glory, you could watch that. It's in my shorts. If you go to my shorts tab on my channel, you can see the Wazzy in action. Isn't this stamp adorable? Oh my gosh, anytime I see a stamp that makes me think of Phasma, I have to get it. This one is from, where did it go? Theme song, where did it go? Here it is. Stamping Bella. Golden with a sneaker. And we wear Converse a lot in our family. Like everybody likes Converse. So I had to have it. Let's make that Converse green because that's my husband's favorite color. You know, Dr. Shrub, of course, his favorite color is green. Even before he was given that nickname, it's been green as long as I've known him. And before then. All right. Well, we've got the green going on. Let's go back up here because now my curtain is dry. If I had tried to paint the stems of these tulips in too early, then it would have spread into the curtain and made a big mess. So when you're watercoloring, you have to let things dry. You have to work in areas. It was a little risky for me to paint the green right next to where I had just painted Phasma, but because I had embossed, I knew I had a little bit of a barrier there. All right. I'm going to paint this card with a heart on it probably. And then in my house, most of like cups and bowls and things that either have flowers or geometric patterns. It's just what I like. So I'm going to paint this like this nice green, tying back to the shoe as well. Keeping my palette pretty simple here. And I'll add some geometric details to it later. And then the card on the table, I'm going to keep real simple. I'm going to just color it one color and then put a heart on it. I think I'm low energy today. Maybe I need to make some breakfast. I have to leave in an hour for another baseball game. That sounds like fun. Anyone else picturing the shoe as red? Oh, yeah. I thought about red. I almost went red, but then I picked his favorite color instead. I think red would have been really pretty with a purple. I always like, why don't we make red tulips, Angie? Red and pink tulips. I got to figure out the bowl too. Like what color the bowl is going to be. I think the bowl will be a blue. Let's go blue for the bowl. He's going to be like, what's the bowl? What's bowl full of happiness? Of course. And then maybe, what color for the card? If I'm going to put a heart on it. How about this green? It's different than the vase. It's closer to the shoe color. We'll put a green card. With a red heart on it and red tulips. Something like that. Okay. Let's paint those tulips. How you doing, Paula Rice? Vicky, how's it going? Good to see you both. Good to see everyone. Ooh, these are like dramatic tulips. They've got all the drama. Probably what I'm going to do is let some of this dry and come back with like my fine liners and my acrylic pens, paint pens, and kind of fill in some details. After, let's build our easel card base, okay? And we are going to have to build it because it's a 5x7. And Miss Angie, this is where you come into play because I know you've built 5x7 easels before, and I've certainly given it a go. But we have to make our we have to make our card base because it's a 5x7. Okay, so this is what we're working with. I'll probably come in and maybe add the window panes in that window, like a grid. We're gonna let this stuff dry. We'll come back in with fine liner pens. We'll add some details, and we might be able to stamp some details onto the butterflies now, since I didn't get a great emboss. Let's see if I can stamp some detail on those. Yesterday I was out in the yard and a monarch almost landed on my shoulder. It got so close. Yeah, let's see. Because most of the embossing fell right off of these. Let's give it a go. You only live once. This is a YOLO moment. Let's see if we can add some fun detail with the stamp. Yeah, Paula, I was telling everyone I was really distracted last night because we had family over watching the game. My mom came over. I had Desiree on the phone. It was a lot. There was a lot going on. So I very carefully only inked up. Oh yeah, I'm so glad we're doing this. I'm only inking up that on the very corner of my ink pad, that butterfly, and nothing else. Yay! This is going to be the perfect Father's Day card for my hubs. My one and only. You've seen more monarchs than ever this year? Yeah. Last year, no, the year before last, because I was sad they didn't come back last year. They came back, but not in full force 2 years ago. Oh my gosh. It was when they were flying back south, migrating back south for winter. There were probably 50 or 100 just hanging out in my yard because I have a butterfly garden. It's quite large. Lots of Greg's Mist in it and other pollinator friendly plants. And they hung out with me for a couple of, like 2 days. I think they rested here and recharged before they took flight again. And it was a blessing. And last year I was a little bummed that they came back, but not in full force. It was just a few. Oops, I caught that. So I want to make sure I wipe that off. I don't want that transferring onto my image. I would be so sad. I get over it, but pollinator garden, yeah. Yeah, and guess what? Y'all know how we were talking the other day about how I want the birds in the back of my backyard and my pollinators in my front yard? It's working. It's totally working. Yesterday I had my window open as I was working, and a mockingjay was feeding in my backyard, not in my front yard off the butterflies, but in my backyard off of the blackberries. We have some blackberry bushes back there, and they've been plentiful because we've had a lot of rain, and the birds are so happy. And it makes me happy because I go out my front door and there's monarchs, and I go out my back door and there's birds. And the birds don't need to eat the monarchs because they've got blackberries and that's where I'm going to put my bird feeders, is in the backyard. And try to keep them separated. I won't always be able to control what happens. It's nature. But I can at least try to encourage them in different directions. All right, let's clean off my desk. And this is why I'm working on a glass desk again, because I do a lot of mixed media and I'm tired of my projects getting so dirty. Okay. Oh, I love those on there. All right. Let's give Fazzy Wazzy, she is lots of colors. Let's give her some more details. That's the wrong way. No, that's the right way. Okay. Let's give her some scruff. She's scruffy. I love it. She's like a big old teddy bear. She needs some color variation. All right. I'm not going to go crazy with it, but I'm definitely going to give her a little bit. And then I'm going to pick a different color with acrylic pen. I'm going to let this dry. So I think I'm at a good point to set this to the side. Let this dry, and let's build the card base. So, Angie, are you still here? Angie, do you know off the top of your head what size my pieces need to be? I can figure it out, but you don't have to figure it out. But I was just wondering if you know off the top of your head. I feel like you retain a lot of information like that. I'm going to look for paper, by the way. That's what I'm doing right now. Guys, I need to look for paper for the base. Trying to find the right one. Cut 12 by 12 at 5 or 7. Okay. Let's find paper. Oh, I love this paper pad, y'all. If I had 5 of them, I don't know if it would be enough. And this is my last one. I had 2. It's an oldie but goodie. I wish they would re-release it. I know it was a lot of people's favorite, actually. It was so funny. Because I got mine at, I think this is a sticker from that Tuesday Morning place where I originally got it, and then I found another one online. But yeah, Wildflower, one of my favorite paper pads of all time. I think it's, oh, it was American Crafts. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell by the price. Yeah, that's Tuesday Morning. No longer a thing. All right, I need to pick a pattern. I just feel like these patterns. Oh, wow, look at those butterflies. I've got my card off to the side. Ooh, I kind of like this one because I was wanting a rug, but I wouldn't even need to do a rug if I picked this one. So I think that's what I'll do. And I like it as, yeah, okay, so this is going to be my base. This is definitely my style. I love like boho. So this is very much my style. Okay, so if I cut it by 7 or 5 or 7, okay, I'm gonna cut it at 5. I don't think a 12 by 12 is big enough. Is it? Am I wrong? For some reason, I thought I had to extend it. Maybe I'm just wrong. And then I score, well, this is 12, so in theory, could work. Yeah, my painting is 5 by 7. I'm having to phone a friend. Luckily, my friend's right here with me. We figure this out. Yeah, that's too short. You add a 2-inch piece on the end to the 12 by 12, so it's 5 by 14. That's what I was thinking. We had to add something onto it. Okay, well, I want this to be the inside. So I'm going to add the 2-inch piece up here because you won't even see it. All right. Let me do that. Let me grab a scrap. I'm sure that's 2 inches, at least, at a minimum. 2. Whoa, that's crooked. Okay, 2 inches by 5 inches. And then, oh, I should have probably left that a little longer. Hi, Zal. Like, maybe I should have left that at 2.5 so I could have glued it on there. We're figuring this out together, everyone. Yeah, I feel like that needs something to join it together. Let's do this. We'll join it together with this. How you doing, Zal? All right. That's going to go there. I'm just going to put this here. It's, yeah, washi tape would totally work. I'm wanting to strengthen it. I'm going to have to strengthen the back too. There. Okay, now I want this to be my front. Okay, so now I can fold this down to, oh, to 7. I hope it's straight. And is this 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you, Angie. Okay. Now I have a 5 by 7 easel card, top folding card. Basically, it's a 5 by 7 top folding card. Then we'll score this, and that way it can pop up into an easel card. Angie, what would I do without you? I'd make a mess. I'd make a big old mess. All right. Just anywhere will do. All right. Now, this will go right here. See, you won't even see that scrap. I mean, you'll see it if you open it this way, but that doesn't look bad. Looks good to me. Woohoo! And I've got a rug. Yay. It's all working out. All right. Gloria, hello. Gloria, your birthday's this month, right? By the way, this is the June birthday party. Sorry, I don't have a guest. Let's just laugh, okay? Okay. Let's just laugh about it. Anyways, Gloria, we were all thinking your birthday is this month, and so we wished you a happy birthday. Yep, June 5th. I think it was Kalinda that, because I was like, I know it's somebody else, and I'm so sorry. But I believe it was Kalinda that reminded me. Happy birthday! Every month I like to celebrate the birthdays of our people, of our friends. I was actually doing the same thing at work yesterday. I was like, did I miss somebody's birthday? I need to check and see. Because I always wish my team members a happy birthday. All right. Let's do this thing. I find if I do it that way with my easel card, I don't have to worry about like figuring out where the tape and glue should end if I just fold it over and do it that way. Glad that was all dry. There we go. This will be, now we need to put a strip here or here. Maybe I want it to pop up higher, you know, so maybe I should put the strip back here. Yeah, and I want it to be, I want to do like a wood plank because we have wood vinyl floors. Let me look. I know I saw some the other day. Pretty sure it was over here. Some wood grain paper. I can make my own if I need to. Yep, here's a scrap of craft store craft paper. There we go. We'll make our own wood plank, our own wood grain paper. Perfect. Perfect, I tell you. All right. Just gonna grab some various brown alcohol markers and get scribbly with it. Some people get jiggy with it. I'm gonna get scribbly with it. And we'll do some of this. I'm not gonna use this whole piece. Like, I don't want it that thick, that wide. I'm just kind of blending it out with this lighter color each time. You guys, I always feel so honored when you spend your birthday with me. I just feel so excited when I get to wish you a happy birthday on your actual birthday. All right. That's a wrap on that. Happy birthday, Highland Deville. She's wishing everyone a happy birthday, all of our June babies. Oh, June babies, happy birthday. Little sweeties. All right. That'll work. And then this needs to be 5. Just like that. I have some wood grain flooring, and we're going to pop it right up there. And we are going to use double-sided foam tape. Even though it's missing, I'll use a different one. So there heard a weird sound. I don't think y'all are still there. I don't know what that was. Weird. It was like a buzz. I don't know. That was weird. All right. I don't know where my wider foam tape is, so we're just going to use this one. It'll be fine. In real life, even. I'm excited to be able to wish Bitty Penny a happy birthday on her birthday. I know. I'm overjoyed I get to spend my birthday with you guys. I really am. I will tell you, my mother is not. She's still accepting it. She's still in the phase of accepting. The harsh reality that we will not be together on our birthdays this year. But I am really excited. I can't believe I'm going to turn 27 with all of you. I know she wants to come, but I just don't know. Well, first of all, Craft Roulette is full, and what is she going to do while I'm busy? I was like, Mom, you don't understand. But, yeah. And here's the thing. Her dogs would need to be watched, and I can't leave my husband with school starting for both of our children, me being gone, my mom being gone, and he can't deal with school starting and 3 dogs. Like, he's too good to me to do him that way. I'm not going to do that to him. So that's also a part of it. Okay. I believe we need to add a heart here, maybe a few more little details, but this is my Craft Roulette card for this week. I've hit all the parameters, like it or not. Okay. June is busting out all over the place with birthdays. I know, it's great. Let's see. I made wood grain with paint. Glob of brown acrylic paint, swipe with my little scraper tool, and it looks like wood grain. So clever, Sue. I love it. Ooh, I want to put some hot pink because it's screaming at me. It'll be fine. And let's do let's grab a brown. These are AEN Art gel pens. Just in case you're wondering. They do come with like a swatch card. They come with refills. I've never needed to use them yet because I don't like color all the time or anything like that. But they're really great. I do like them. And they come with this case and everything for about, who knows what they cost now. I got them a couple of years ago for about 20 bucks. We know how things change. Ooh, we need some Fuzzy Doodle colors. All right, I think we're good. We're just gonna add a few little details here and there with some gel pens. Like this card needs a heart on it. Just making sure that's dry. Well, let's try this one. It doesn't want to stick to that paint. All right, guess what will work? Glad I got all of those out. These will work. But never let me down. There we go. Put a heart on that card. You know, it'd be so cute is like if it was a little bit bigger, I could put a paw print on the heart, like Fazzy had given him the card. Let's see if I can sign the inside. Love Faz. Yeah, it's like Fazzy gave it to him. Let's just go for it. Let's try to put a little dog paw print on this heart. Aww. Dog dad. And then now we need to make this look like some of the bowls and plates and things that I have in the house. Have this design on them. Alrighty. And let's put something fun on this. I like the vase like it is, though. I do like the vase like it is. Let's add some fancy details. Good morning, Christy. How are you? Hello, friend. Girl, I need to have you on here with me sometime. I needed to have somebody with me today, but I didn't have anyone. Well, Desiree's out. She's doing something fun with her sissy. And I need more last minute guests. If you want to be on my last minute guest list, anybody, like, hey, you can call me the day before. Let me know. I need to expand that list because quite literally sometimes I have to plan the day before. So if you think you'd like to do that, let me know. If we need to plan in advance, though, of course, I want to have more of you on here and we can plan in advance. Oh, she's looking scruffy, just like in real life. I love it. When Fazzy gets her feet muddy, I call her Princess Blackfoot. She has so many nicknames. When we first got her, she came with the name Phasma. And I was like, how am I going to nickname this dog with that kind of name? It's been no problem. She probably has 50 different names. And she actually has a fantastic name for nicknames. She's Fazzy Waz, Fazzy Doodah, Fazzadoodle, Princess Blackfoot, Jelly Mango, Phasmataz. She doesn't have a tail, but that's okay. Hers is bobbed. But there it is. That is my card. Debbie Heidi, am I free to submit? Work has been getting in the way. Oh, I'm sorry. Dang it. That's no fun, right? All right, let me put my markers back and be a, oh, that's the wrong place. Be a responsible little crafter, taking care of her supplies. And then we'll get into it with something else. Okay, hot pink is definitely calling me. My heart is feeling like hot pink today. Did Deputy Heidi say I'm free to submit? Deputy Heidi, it's an easel card. Ta-da! It's craft store colors. Well, I used craft paper for this, and you know, the craft store has a paint aisle, so it has all the colors. And then obviously a table and obviously insects. Tell Dr. Shrub happy Father's Day. Miss Lindaville, I will do that. I told him this vacation is his Father's Day gift. But I am going to surprise him and take him to this seafood place that every time we pass by, it is full of people. And I think my markers are all out of order, but that's fine. I mean, the parking lot overflows. They even built a bigger location, and it's still always full of people. And we've never been there. So I'm going to surprise him and take him to that place for lunch tomorrow. You have definitely covered all the parameters. I'm free to submit. Yay. Thanks, Deputy Heidi. All right, but for my own peace of mind, our windows have a white grid panel. Therefore, I must add it. Before I can call it done. Now, oh, I think he'll love it, you guys. And just in case you weren't here or don't remember. Oh, fun. A class. I've been wanting to take some classes, like art classes. Okay. So here's my card. Here's the thing. Before, when I worked on the mat, I could always just take a picture and I felt good about it. I don't feel great about taking a picture on this glass mat. So now I've got to problem solve that situation. I think I'm going to take this mat that I used to use. I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to make myself a photo mat. The crafting just never ends. So here's my, I got so much use out of this thing. I'm going to take it and cut it in half. Okay. I'm not worried about if I made a mistake because it's so used and abused that if I'm just going to buy another one anyways. Ooh, let's use this side. How should I photograph this? That is the question. I don't really know. I mean, I feel like I should photograph it like an easel card. The problem is the background. Let's do this. Ooh. Cool. That could work. Let's turn it this way. Y'all can't see what I'm doing, but You'll see the photograph. Okay. Everybody just stay. See if I can turn Fazzy towards the light. Okay, I did it. Take my fancy photo props away. It's all smoke and mirrors around here, you guys. All right. Let me show you the picture. Because I cut it in half, I was able to put it up behind it as well. That'll totally work. Okay, I've got a photograph. We're going to go to Craft Roulette Live. They are hard to photograph and get and do them justice. That's true. You know what? I should probably take another photograph of it closed. And I could add that. You're right, Miss Paula Rice. And then I can add this as my second photo. By the way, if you're wanting one of these photo mats like this, like what I've always worked on and used for the last, I don't know, 2 years, you can usually find these at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I think. Used to, anyways. I don't know anymore. But you can get some Christmas stuff. Don't get me started. Okay. It's not y'all's fault. It's mine. All right. Craft Roulette Live is where you want to go. Submit contribution. I'm going to submit as a member. When you join Craft Roulette as a member, even at the base level, which is what I am, you get an extended amount of time. You get till Thursday night to submit your card, which is really great having that extra time. And it's just a wonderful way to support the show. So last night, Miss Chelsea Comer, the Inky Stamper, was on. The parameters were an easel card. Check. Craft store colors. Sure. Table. And insects or bugs. So I have all of my parameters. All right. And there's a lot of information there if you want to read. I'm going to make my first photo the one of the easel card. And then I'll make a second image. Because I get to send it an extra image. I think that's for channel members as well. Then I'll just do that of just the painting. Easel cards, you guys, are such a fun pop-up card. It doesn't take some special die or a whole lot of skill. They're fun. Element. Butterfly. Kitchen table. For my table, like a random butterfly. Tablecloth. I'm at 97. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Sharon Castor, I don't think she's here, but she brought up a really good point Okay, you don't do this. Only I do this, but opt out of the giveaway. Unless you don't want any free fun stuff, but I'm sure you do. So don't do that. Just let me do that. Once you've submitted, you guys, you get this really cute image that you can download and share like on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Y'all don't ever see me download it because I don't typically send it out or share it, but it is really cool. You could even build yourself. What I was thinking the other day is if I downloaded all of these, or if you downloaded all of yours, you can make a little photo album of all your craft roulette submissions. Wouldn't that be adorable? You can make, oh, hi Sharon. Hi. um, I so anyways, yeah. You could fill up a little mini album with all your craft roulette or put it in your craft roulette book if you have the craft roulette companion. Okay, Sharon. You rang. I was thinking about you because I realized you were thinking, and you were right, that I wasn't packing when I packed my go bag for my upcoming trip, that I did not include stuff to do my craft roulette cards. You were so right. I didn't catch on to that and I didn't even think of it. But now it took me a little while for it to dawn on me that that's what you were talking about. I didn't take card bases. I wasn't prepared to make a card. And you were so right. Just call her. Yeah. You were so right. Okay. So that is done. We are done. I could put, though, hold on. I didn't even put the dad or father or anything in there. Hold on. I wanted to put something about Happy Father's Day from Faz. But I'll just have to figure that out later. Because I might find another sentiment that I like better. I don't think I have a lot of Father's Day sentiments, though, I will say. All right, so I can put all of that away. Do y'all still want to hang out? Should we continue? I'm just thinking, it is a birthday party. So let's do a fun, scrappy birthday card set. All right, I've got all these scraps, you guys, and they're gonna eat me alive. They are taking over my area. So let's take them and use them. And we'll make a funky and fun birthday card. So, okay, I didn't get to finish the story. My son wants to go see this horror movie, right? And I am a baby. I'm a big old baby and I can't handle it. So I was like, but my sister-in-law who lives next door loves horror movies. Like it's her jam. It's what she's all about. So I was like, can you invite your aunt? So he was just checking in with me to see if I'd heard back from her and I had not. So I was like, just call her. Young C, what'd she say? Okay. Oh, both of them? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, send her a screenshot of the times and let her pick which time. I'll buy the tickets. Tomorrow? I don't know. Oh, to Stonehill? Yeah, you'll probably go to that one. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right, here we go. These are fun. Let's use these. I have got so many scraps. Look at this. I can't even show you all of these, but these are just living on my desk right now because my scrap box is already full. Look at this. Oh my gosh. So we need to do scrap projects. Maddie, I never participated, but I love looking for loopholes. I don't participate in craft roulette. It's really that cutthroat, Sue. What can be so hard to pack for craft roulette cards, except for craft roulette when they narrow the options. Yeah. Can you just use any color and say that? I heard that photos don't always show accurate, and others would feel people didn't have the right color. Oh, yeah, I don't. It doesn't have to. No, it doesn't have to be that way. I had to get caught up in y'all's conversation. Sorry. No, it doesn't have to be that way. It may be that way for some people, but it doesn't have to be that way. Of course, y'all know rules are made to be broken. So there's always that. All right. Let's see here. I've got an old calendar. And I know how to use it. All right, I've got this old calendar. The great thing about calendars, you guys, is they're usually roughly 12 by 12. And so don't throw your calendars out at the end of the year because you can use them for master boards, which is what we're about to do. We're going to make a master board, and then we're going to use that master board on some cards. And I'm just trying to get a straight edge. And it's not straight at all. Okay, great. Wonderful. All right, let's cut a little bit of this off so that I can actually fit it in this cutting board and get a straight edge. So I'll cut a little there. Will it fit now? No. Fine. I'll cut a little more off. So mine won't be 12 by 12. I don't know what size this is going to be. All right. But it's going to be straight. And it's going to be fine. All right. Now, we can masterboard on top of that. Okay. What I might have to do is use my member privilege of submitting late, and whatever happens on Friday night with Craft Roulette while I'm gone, I might have to kind of, find things, brochures, things out and about in my travels that I can kind of fit in to the parameters. May have to do something like that. All right, I just need to start gluing things down. Here we go. 5K. Right. No, Maddie, it's not. As long as you can justify your card, we can all wear stretchy pants. That's right. That's the spirit right there. Alyssa summed it up for you. We wear our stretchy pants, and if you can justify it, we can all accept it. Alyssa, did you see my I just made my craft roulette card. Did you see it? If you didn't, I'll show it to you. I'm at number 97. I'm about to hit 100. I am so excited. Let's see. Next week will be 98. And then I'll be gone. Yeah, I really need to squeeze in a craft roulette card on vacation. I am taking an alphabet stamp and I'm taking my watercolors. That means I could make just about anything. Right? With watercolors. Oh, good. You were here. I didn't know if you were here or not. With watercolors and an alphabet stamp set, we can make magic happen. I mean, this week's card, I did use stamps. I could have, it wouldn't have been as cute as this, but I could have drawn Faz and butterflies. But yeah, I'm confident I can pull it off. But Sharon, you, thank you for mentioning it in your comment, because then I was like, oh, right. What I thought you meant the first time I read your comment, what I thought you meant was that I would need to pack more to go to Craft Roulette and live. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not taking this bag to Craft Roulette live. And then it dawned on me, no, silly, what she's talking about is that you're not going to be able to make a Craft Roulette card on your vacation if you don't pack more things, at least a card base. What did they say?
Yeah.
What time? 5:30.
That's done.
Okay. All right.
Just 2 tickets.
Only 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, why don't you queue it up and then I can pay for it.
All right, thanks.
That's cool. So I don't know who's going with my son today, my sister-in-law or my brother-in-law, but they're going to go see this scary movie with him. It's R-rated, so I don't think, I mean, he's 16, but I don't know that his friends could go or whatever.
I mean, I've gone before, but I think you have to go in with a parent.
With a parent, yeah.
Or some kind of guardian. Or someone 18.
Yeah. I was telling everyone that I'm a scaredy cat and I can't go. I'm a big old scaredy cat. You want to see it 3 more times. Wow. I enjoy the fact that so many crafters have such a passion for craft roulette. It certainly brings joy to so many. Yeah, it does. It's the whole, it's everything, Maddie. It's how it can forces you out of it forces you out of your comfort zone, and there's, all these fabulous people who come on every week. Mary is so amazing.
Those 2 seats.
Okay. Hold on just a second, guys. Um, Hold on. I'm buying movie tickets right now. Don't mind me. Hold on. um, um, sure. That's how they get you, isn't it? Upgrade for 50 cents more. How are you going to say no to that? Anyways, since they're taking my son, I want to treat everybody. Okay. And you want a bottle of water?
Bottle of water and the
Extra large popcorn refillable?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going ahead and ordering that with the tickets. You'll have to pick it up yourself. Sorry, guys. Hang tight, hang tight. Okay. All right, 2 tickets. I also got a large popcorn for whoever's taking you.
Auntie Reba.
Auntie Reba? Okay, but I didn't get her a drink because I don't know what she wants. She can get that herself. Oh, pickup time. Dang. Select the time. Don't forget candy, they say. All right, I believe it's done. Yeah, just make sure it's in our show times. Okay, guys, sorry. It's a theater where you have to pick your seats, and she wants to make sure he gets good seats. So time is of the essence. Okay, what I'm doing is gluing down random scraps of paper. Is it there?
No.
Dang it. Okay, I'll have to do it when I'm done here. Or try to cue it back up for me. I wasn't sure when I hit the X to X out of buying candy if what was going on. I'm going to throw that scrap away. Okay, let's put this one here. This is such a great way, you guys, to take your scraps and basically turn them into a whole nother 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Let's put that there.
X out, so
Get rid of
get
it.
the candy. You just have to repeat that.
Okay. Well, I did that. I am. Hi. Both of my children are here now, everyone. Oh my goodness. Everybody's here in the live with us. Okay. Purchased. Done.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Check over it, make sure everything looks good. Also, take a screenshot of that QR code so I can text it to you. That way y'all can get in. Yeah, Carmina, I figure it's the least I can do.
All right, I took a screenshot.
Okay, cool. And everything looks good? All right, you're set. Enjoy the movie. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out while I did that. You want to tell everyone thank you for hanging out while I did that for you?
Thank you.
Thank you. Did y'all hear that? Thank you. If he takes a picture, he already has it then. Yeah. Okay. We're almost there. Almost there. Well, that's cool. That'll be a treat for Auntie too. And she's kind of always wanted to watch scary movies with him and never gotten a chance. So we're checking a few boxes here. Let's put this one here. Oh my gosh, we're getting some scraps off my desk. This is magic. And I know this looks wild and crazy, and you're probably like, yeah, no, I'm checking out. I would never want to do this. But wait, just you wait. It's going to be great. Because once you get this done, which we're almost done, then you can stamp on it, you can color on it, you can do different things, which is what we're going to do next. And what else were you going to do with your scraps anyways? You can at least give it a try. You can give it a shot once and really give it an opportunity before you decide that you don't want to try it. But master boards are fun. I promise. And they're very useful. In fact, one thing I've done in the past is I just sat down with a big box of scraps and I made like 25 master boards. And it was awesome. Like later down the line, I was only sad when they were all gone. I was like, oh man, I used up all those master boards already. Oh, shucks. You can make it look crazier before cutting it up. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Good luck on your baseball game, Kalinda. Have fun. Miss Paula Rice says good luck and have fun. Thanks for hanging out with us. Pretty Penny, how long has your son been sounding like that? And did it trip you out? Yeah, of course. I actually always thought, well, not always. He's had this voice now for a couple of years. I guess it was when he was about 14 that it really changed. He turned 16 this summer in July. But yeah, no, Zal, it was so funny because it changed like overnight. And one night I'm trying to go to sleep, and my brother-in-law is very loud guy. And I'm trying to sleep, and I hear this loud, manly voice in my living room, and I think it's got to be my brother-in-law, right? I step outside my door, it's my son. I was like, "What?" From the other room, I thought you were your uncle. I thought you were somebody else. I definitely didn't think you were my son. Yeah, it just changed like overnight. Okay, so now we have this. I am curious what its size is since I had to keep cutting. Oh, it almost ended up being 12, but not quite because I had to keep cutting it to fit it on my trimmer. Okay, let's have some fun with this. So we can stamp. One thing you could do is stamp all these before you glue them down. That's one thing you could do. but we've already glued them down, so we're gonna stamp them now. Let's see. Ooh, this is a cool stamp. Let's pull out some stamps I don't use that often. These are pretty cool. Let's combine these two. I hardly ever use these 6x6 stamps, so let's use them now. Now, these aren't even. These are all, not uneven, so don't expect like real perfect stamping. This is another Colorado craft company, big and bold. This one is called Italian Tiles. Very cool. And then this is Simon Hurley Splatter. It looks like neurographic art to me. It doesn't look like splatter. I don't know if that's really what this one's called because I feel like it's wrong, but it might really be called splatter. All right. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to leave this stamp on a flexible backing, this acetate, because if I do that, I can really kind of get in there and work the stamp down rather than if I put it on a rigid block. So since these are at different heights and it's uneven, I think it's best to keep it on the acetate. Hi, Kat. Hey, Bethany. Thanks, Carmina. He's going to have 2 Father's Day cards now. Okay. Colors. Wow. I'm just going to do black. Just do it. Just do black. I'm going to do black. I'm going to try my best to ink up one of these. Okay. But again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're still going to cut this apart. All right. Now, I've never used this before, so I've got to season this stamp a little. Angie, the pictures of you and Mary were so cute. I'm so glad y'all got to have dinner together. Bethany, how are things going? Oh, hey, everyone's still here. Hi, friends. How's everything going? I hope everything's going well. I would be getting better impressions if it's seasoned these stamps, but we're not going to stress about it. Okay. Everyone's saying hi, Kat. Is Angie going? I should probably go be social. Have a great day, everyone. Oh, have a great day, Angie. Enjoy being social. But P.S., you've been social. You've been more social than I can be. And thanks for the help with the easel card. Okay, let's do some splatter. Because that's what he's calling it. Let's just put that right here in the middle. And then I might put, well, we'll just see. We'll see how this goes. how I feel when I take this up. Hubby has decided he's going to refurbish furniture until he finds a job. I'm just selling all the things in the house we don't need. Oh, Bethany. I will keep you in my prayers. How stressful. I know you guys just moved and everything. Um, ooh, I like the way that fills in that space. So I'm going to now stamp that here, 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 and here, and just kind of take the design outward. I really don't need to ink up the whole stamp though. I just need to do like that much. It was fun last night. Bye, Angie. Oh, Chelsea Comer is fun, and Mary is always fun. Oh yeah, Maddie. Back to craft roulette. Um, yeah, it's really infectious for a number of reasons. There's a great, huge, what Mary calls culture, I call community, um, behind it. You know, she's ultra fabulous, and you know, her son, Mr. Producer, produces a fabulous show and does so many things to enrich the culture and community of craft roulette. And then, you know, it really forces you out of your comfort zone. And it's a great way to use your stash because you're typically going through and like, oh my gosh, yeah, I have that dog stamp that looks like Fazzy that I bought 2 years ago and have used twice. You know what I mean? That's how it was this morning. Um, but yeah, so I think it is something that like has you reach into your stash. And then there's this amazing Facebook community group. There's the members and the members' lives, and there's just like so many. It is more than just the show each week. You know, there's a whole lot more to it than that. And like so many friendships have been forged because of craft roulette, and I think it's amazing because all skill levels, all ages, all styles are welcome. And so you get to see so many different perspectives, so many different strategies and ways that people meet the parameters, right? And it's just pure creativity on the loose. And I think those are the things that make it, just some of the things that make it so magical and why many of us are completely hooked on craft roulette. Like, for instance, at Craft Roulette Live, you know, everyone's going to have a pod. I think that's what Kat's talking about right now. And people are going to be in these pods together, working together before the event ever even takes place. And by the time they get to Craft Roulette Live, they're already going to feel like they know their pod members. They've already interacted with them, planned, plotted, designed, you know, and done all this stuff together that by the time they get there, they really do feel a deep connection usually with other crafters. It's just really special and one of a kind, a unique thing. All right, looky there. Kind of wild and crazy. I know, but I really like it. And by the time we cut it up and we use it as a background and make a, hopefully the June babies like it. Hey, Sharon. Um, but yeah, like by the time we cut this up, it'll be a great background for our cards. So let's do that. Glue Crew. Sharon, you'll be happy to know I've been recording some videos, trying to finish up the album that I started yesterday for the Glue Crew. And I'm trying to keep them shorter, like 30 minutes. I had you in mind. And others, not just you, but others too. So that they're not too long. I've already recorded part 2 and 3 as a follow-up to yesterday's. Okay, so see, you could just sit here with your scraps, use old calendars or whatever pieces of paper you make anymore, scrapbook paper. You could use copy weight. I would use really thin copy weight paper, like, 8.5 by 11. And you could just glue your scraps down all day long. All right, so let's turn this into something. I saw my Alice stamps today and I was thinking, ooh, Alice. So let me get those out. All right. I just grabbed a whole handful of stuff. Oh, I love this girl, and I have only used her a couple of times, but she might be fun for a June birthday. And then there was another one. This girl. Oh no, she's not in there. She's missing. But she would be perfect. She's a birthday oddball. I love the oddballs. Hold on. I think I saw a random stamp in here. Fret not, I found her. There she is. Found her. She would probably be really fun. I think the oddball collection is fun with this wacky background too. I got some sentiments. A butterfly girl. I got the Mad Hatter and the caterpillar. Yes. All right. I think these are really fun. All right. Let's stamp and color. Lauren, hello. I mentioned you to someone yesterday and I said, Betty Penny, I really like her because you just get to it. Just take charge and make stuff. You're very inspirational. See you at Craft Roulette 26. Ah, I can't wait. Lauren, I am so excited. And thank you. Yeah, I do just like to get with it and get things done. I am a bit of a fast crafter, I think. Like, I don't mess around. I'm ready to make things when I sit at this desk. Okay. Here's a piece of watercolor paper. This is the You Create, which is really good for stamping, which we're going to be doing. Let's just stamp out these little cuties real quick. I think they're going to be really fun with that masterboard. I'm going to stamp them with my VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Y'all are like, does she use any other ink? Not very often. Because I can watercolor with this. So let's stamp this girly out. The reason I like this paper for stamping is because it's smooth, like regular, what you would think of regular paper being, but it's also watercolor paper, so I can watercolor on it, which makes me happy. I don't think I've ever used this stamp. Digging into the stash. And by the way, happy birthday, June babies. I'm just going to keep saying it because people come and go. And I want everyone to hear it. Okay, this girl's fabulous. Oh, you may want to know names. This is Mini Oddball Has a Present. Okay. And this is, I think this must be like Hippie Oddball or something like that. Oh, I stuck my mask on the outside. Oddball Hippie, yeah. Oddball Hippie. I've made a couple of cards with her. What is the paper? I like watercolor paper, but I've been using regular. Doesn't stamp that well. Right. Exactly, Lauren. So this is called You Create. Let me write it out because I'm a person, I gotta see it. Get a pen. You can see a pen better. On Amazon. Now listen, when you first click on it, you're going to be like, is she trying to sell me $35 paper? Well, no, I'm not trying to sell you anything. But you get 250 sheets for that $35. It's around about $35. But yeah, you get a whole ream, 250 sheets of watercolor paper. And it is great. I do love it. Let me tell you the things I like about it. If you make journals and things, it's really great because you could make like mixed media and watercolor and stamp and stuff, and then fold it in half and put it in a journal. Much easier than any other watercolor paper. I like it because like right now I'm making a card that's really going to be layered because it's going to have that master board, and then I'm adding other layers. So it's thin enough that your cards won't be so heavy that you have to add 15 stamps to get it in the mail, So that's a really nice bonus. And then it's smooth, so it's good for stamping. Like these stamps have very fine lines, and look how well they stamp. Now I missed the boat there, but that's okay. It stamps really well. So that's why I like it so much. And I think it's really affordable because typically you get like in this paper pad, same size paper, 9 by 12. This is, now it's different, but this is watercolor paper. This is 300 GSM. This is like 90. See, so they're not the same weight, but you get 50 sheets of this for, I don't know, 15 bucks or something. Well, you get 250 sheets of this for 35. So just so you know, like it is different. It's not your typical heavyweight watercolor paper, but that's why I like it. It's nice to have options. Another friend gave us brand new shelves, and these for Frankie's room. Oh, nice. Decorated since we moved to his room. With new shelves. Oh, that's wonderful. I love it when things like that work out. Let's get a bigger block. This Mad Hatter needs a bigger block. Yeah, Lauren, I hope that helps you. Um, it's just good to know, like, what sets different papers apart. I, to go one step further, I like it so much that I even before like all the tariffs kicked in and stuff, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy myself another box of that You Create paper. That's what I chose to stock up on. All right, I'm just giving myself options, and we're gonna color these up. And I'm gonna try to color them in a fast and fun way. I've been trying not to have like full-on marathons here every Saturday with you guys. I've been trying to keep them shorter, but once this girl gets to crafting, I don't want to stop. Okay. I don't know which's dirtier, my stamp or my towel. I need to switch it out. It's pretty dirty. I don't think I'm cleaning the stamp. Okay. That's that. That's that. All right. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these watercolors again. And I'm going to do a very free-spirited painting job. So fasten your safety belts because we're going off course. And let's pick some fun colors. So let's look back at our paper again. This is the paper. Oh yeah, this color palette is going to be perfect. I can use anything on here and it will match our paper. Fantastic. Let's do this thing. We're going to pretend like this is Alice. So I'm going to give her golden hair. Okay. I guess this could be hippie Alice over here. It's like Alice through the looking glass when she time travels. It's hippie Alice. This one just doesn't have anything to do with Alice, really. All right. This is like fast and furious here. I'm not taking my time and making it perfect. I'm just slapping some paint on here. Let's give the Mad Hatter his orange hair. These oddball stamps may be difficult to find. They're not new. They've been out a long time. I'm going to color this toadstool this color too. Hey, I remember fun weeks like that. Betty Penny, it is important because I have found when I don't get the correct or the stuff that works best, I frustrate myself. Yeah, Lauren, it's true. And you will get frustrated if you watch me do something and you try to do it and you'll think, I'm just not good enough. I can't do this. But a lot of times you're right on the money. It's not you, it's the supplies. Sometimes the supplies really do matter. Other times, not so much. Like, you don't need these stamps. You could use any stamps with a master board. I just saw my Alice stamps this morning when I was rifling for a dog stamp, and I was like, oh, I want to use those. Those look like fun today. But I didn't pull them out because I didn't know, and then I just kind of went back to them. But, anyways, yeah, you could do this with anything. However, you're going to get different results when it comes to paint and paper and brushes. Those kinds of things do matter. Okay, what I was going to do is paint all of this very psychedelically, but now that I've started, I'm not necessarily doing that. I am kind of following a script here. Let me show you what I was going to do with the Mad Hatter here. Whoops, well, that's fine. I was just going to come in and start dropping colors. Okay, and same thing for this guy. I'm just going to come in. Oh, let's use some of that down here underneath the mushroom. And not be too picky, too particular, too precise, and get these images colored is the idea. Let's give hippie Alice some turquoise dress. Yeah, I think sometimes when we're watching others craft, it's good to make that discernment between like, obviously you can't buy everything that everybody else has or that they're using, but making the discernment of like, what is it that's making them successful? What is it that you like that they're doing? What is it that you want to replicate? And how necessary are the things that they're using? And things like paint and paper do matter. Let's put some of that up here. Let's give this one a purple dress. Sorry, there's a shadow. There we go. I've been here, but I was trying to make a craft roulette card. It's so loud in here. I can barely hear a bitty penny. Where are you at, Holly? Are you at a crop? What are you doing? Where are you at? I'm glad you're making your craft roulette card wherever you are. Let's put some purple over here. Oh, we definitely need some purple over here. That big old belly. Let's give him some more green too. Just real messy painting. Who else needs some green? Let's color his teapot green. Oh, brother, now I'm going to have to cut these out. One time I stamped out all my Alice stuff and I ran it all through my brother's Scan and Cut. Oh my gosh, look at her hippie boots. They are so cute. One has a smiley face and the other one has a peace sign. Those are so cute. Bye, Gloria. Have a great weekend. Soundstorm. I've been using archival ink for permanent and memento for plain. Yeah, I think you can do that. I think that works. Alrighty. Let's color in her. Ooh, it's getting messy, but that's okay. Not really trying to control it here. We're going to let the paint do whatever the paint wants to do. For the most part. All right, let's get that flower in her hair colored up into kind of a pink, like a lotus flower, because that's what it looks like to me. All right, and I have not colored their faces. I need to color in some shoes. The faces I think I'm going to do with actually acrylic paint markers. I think so. I think this girl's upset because she has on those colored shoes. She's like, oh, it's my birthday and all I have are these weird brown shoes. Let's see if I can take some of those up, change it. Add some pink. Red. Well, she's just not going to be happy today. As for all of our other June birthdays, hopefully everybody else is happy now. All right, let's just color his face in this color. I have to be careful because I still have a pool of that turquoise color there. I was going to use acrylic markers, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and use watercolor. Nothing like a pivot. Okay, there we go. Just real quick, like, paint everything in. Give the Mad Hatter some color. Give him a suntan. It is summer after all. You guys, I'm getting a rock and roll haircut. Yep, I'm getting a rock star mullet. And you might think I'm joking, but I'm not. I'm pretty excited. So when you do see me at Craft Roulette, look for the girl with the rock star mullet and you'll find me. Not that I think I'm a rock star, but that is the only way I can describe it to you. Okay, yeah, we're just going to color them in with these little faces. That way we can be done. Some of these are real soft. Others are pretty bold. But I think I'm good with this. I'm not even cutting out that little drip of tea, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's color in that gift. A little bit of this green turquoise color. Bye, Paula. Have a wonderful weekend. Okay. Let me take up her shoes again, and I'm going to put a green bow on her shoes. There we go. Tap that off. There. I tried to do that in a hurry. It's kind of fun painting like that too, because and not getting too much in your head about things, not trying to be too precise or perfect. Just slapping the color on. Okie dokie. Yeah, it will be fun. Hair is one of those temporary things, you know? Have fun with it. I really like punk haircuts, and I was thinking about it the other day because I think Sparkleheart had said, "Do you think that's age appropriate?" I was like thinking about it yesterday, and I was like, you know what? The only people who have to worry about what's age appropriate is kids. Adults, you do whatever you want. I don't care if it's age appropriate because when you're an adult, there shouldn't be anyone policing that anymore. So if I want a punk rock haircut, I can have a punk rock haircut. And because I'm an adult, I don't have to worry about if it's age appropriate or not. Besides, I'm turning 27 this year. So I can punk rock if I want to. And so can you. Besides, every time I get a punk rock haircut, I finally feel like myself. When I have the suburban mom haircut, I don't feel like myself. So there's that. Business in the front, party in the back. That's right. You know what I'm also thinking about? I'm thinking about keeping one long strand that's braided. Boy, that's going to make people flip a lid. Yeah, I'm thinking about going real party in the back. I'm going to have one really long braided piece that comes down and rocks everybody's world. And my daughter is like, "Dad," and he's like, "Don't talk to me about your mom's hair. She's always done whatever she wants, and it can be crazy, and I love it. It's fine." You do you. That's right. Oh, we gotta do her hat. All right, she's still drying. She's Let's move on to the hippie now. I think I'm a little more punk rock than hippie. Although I can get very granola sometimes. Oh, a tail. Yeah, exactly, Deputy Heidi. Won't that rock their world? Yeah, I'm gonna have a braided tail, I think. That'll be the longest part of my hair. I love it. I'm excited. And you know what's great? I'm getting it done before I go on vacation, so it's gonna be in all of our vacation photos. Ah, I'm pretty stoked. It's not out of spite. It's just how I want to live my life and how I want my haircut. Besides, my husband said the kids are embarrassed too easily, anyways. I'm not even telling him. I'm just getting it done, and I'll come home, and everybody will just have to live with it accept me as I am. I'm not even going to prepare them for it. It's just going down. It's just happening. I might have to cut that area with an X-Acto knife. We'll get there. Oh, I should finish coloring that little tomato on his head. More hippie than punk for me, but we're from different eras. Yeah, can't really see the photos post on Instagram. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm I am a child of the 80s through and through, really. So I'm a byproduct of that. I like fluorescent colors and funky punky haircuts and skater do's and you know fishnet shirts. I don't have the body for a fishnet shirt anymore, but if I did, yeah. It's what happens when you grow up in the 80s. I don't know what to tell you. It's what happens when Lisa Frank is on your Trapper Keeper. You end up with a rainbow imprint on your soul. All right. Just me over here fussy cutting, and I bet their friends will say they have a cool mom. Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know if Sparkle Heart will let me around her friends once I get my hair done. I get to see me. Okay, I did some editing. I'm not cutting around all that stuff. Now that these watercolors have dried back, he's actually pretty mellow. He's not too funky. He's a pretty mellow guy, which is cool. The background's going to be pretty funky. I'm trying to figure out where his hand is. There it is. All right. Almost there, you guys. This is the hardest one to cut out. The Mad Hatter has the most going on. Okay. Oh, missed a spot. Well, it's kind of, what's funny is I got my hair cut not that long ago, and I liked it, but I was trying to fight off the feeling for the mullet back then, and so the lady, she gave me more layers, but I didn't get exactly what I wanted. Anyways, when I met up with my mom, like that night or the next day, she's like, "You got a haircut? I can't really tell. I'm used to when you get a haircut, you really get a haircut." And I was like, "I know. It's pretty tame, huh?" Like my mom's even like, "Gosh, where's the actual haircut?" That's not what I expected. We're going to give her a big pom pom on the top of her hat. Okay, I'm sorry I've kept y'all here so long today. I know Flo tells me not to apologize, but I am sorry. I didn't mean to turn it into a 3-hour live. It just kind of happened. Okay, get all this debris off my desk. Let's bring in our paper. And see what happens next. So we've got our characters there. Our paper is quite the character. Okay, this ended up being um, like 11 and a half by 11 and a half, roughly. Sorry for slamming that on my desk too. I'm sorry for everything. All right, let's make A2 cards. Who thought I was going to say that? Nobody. Let's make A2. We'll do 5. Actually, we'll do, I have to think about it. Okay, they're 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so let's do 5. I'm gonna leave this piece. Hold on. And I'm gonna turn this, and I'm gonna do, I think 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. I mean 3 1/2 by 5. So 3 1/2. All right, let me cut this down to 5. And then 3 1/2. Pretty Penny, we are adults. Good or bad, you don't really have to. Oh, sausage. We can leave whenever we want. I know, Sal. That's what Flo always tells me. But I just feel bad because I know how it is. Like you want to stay, you want to hang out, you want to see where is this going and how is this all going to end. But you also have to do things. I get it. Okay. So now they're kind of blending almost too well. They're almost match their backgrounds too well. So how are we going to pop them up? Let's explore that together, shall we? I'm wondering, after all of that, we might have to cut like little bits to back them up. And if we do that, maybe we can emboss it. 2 1/2. I don't want it to be too big. I just want it to be just enough that that's not square. Oh gosh, is any of my paper square? I just want them to be big enough that they do help them stand out on that background. And then I think if we ran this through an embossing folder, that would be pretty cute. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Bad Hatter. Let's see if we can get you on the same color. Nothing looks straight anymore. Gotta make sure I don't cut it too narrow. But I want it as narrow as I can get it so I can see as much of that background as possible. I just submitted my craft roulette card. Way to go, Norma. In my 20s, I had a mullet. I had loved it because I could pull it back and have short hair. I keep it down. Yeah. Yeah. So let me show y'all. Where's my phone? My inspiration photos of what I'm. Do I have any? Yeah, I do. So I really like this one right here. Like, I think that's so pretty. And I could still kind of pin some of that hair back and then it would just be like a maybe somewhat normal haircut. So that's one that I really like. And then here's the others. But yeah, it's full chop with, it's a mullet. That's what it is. But then I want a funky little braid that comes down too. Ooh, that's a little tall. I think that's covering up too much for me to be happy of my background. So I'm going to leave this on here so I can eyeball it. Try to lose as much as possible. That's as much as I can lose. There we go. That's that one. Now let's find a color for the girls because I don't have any more of that color anyways. So scraps. I think the little background pieces would work. Ooh, here's a nice color. Okay. Another option, I'm not going to do it, but another option would be to like glue these characters down onto this and then bubble cut around it, fussy cut around that. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it like this. And I am going to emboss it though. Okay, and then make sure I get it all the right height. That can work. And then this little girly, we've got to color that pom-pom in her hair. On her hat. I'm trying to make them as narrow as possible. There we go. I feel good about that. 3 things sold since I started the live. Must be my good luck charm. Well, Bethany, I love the idea of that. And congratulations, girlfriend. Okay. Ooh, now that, see, this one was the first one I did. That one, I can cut down a little more. Is this right? No, but that's fine. Okay, let's do this. I want to take out that thigh gap. Squiggly stamp in the background. That was Simon Hurley. It's called Splatter for some reason, I think. It's a 6x6 stamp set from Simon Hurley and Ranger. I don't know if you can still find it because it's not new, but you might. I would check ranger.com. Look up Simon Hurley. It's right here. Let's see. Simon Hurley. Splatter. I think it's called Splatter. It's a 6x6. It looks like neurographic art to me. I think you could do it, a similar thing, doing neurographic art, but it's a lot faster to stamp. Okay, and also on this girly. Okie dokie. Now, for the next trick, we are going to emboss these little backgrounds because I think I will like them better. So let me get an embossing folder. I only have a million of them. I'm just going for the first one right on top. No deliberation. We're doing apparently numbers. Perfect. Just perfect. Won't really matter. Cool. I can fit 3 in at one time. Nice. Clear the path. Got a bunch of stuff around my die cutting machine. No surprise there. I hear you, bird. I hear you. All right, let me that. Let's see how that went. Oh, my die cutting machine is right back where it should be. It's no longer on the floor. Go for your craft roulette submission. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, Norma. Awesome. Who makes, okay, answered that. Yeah, I know. Way to go, Bethany. I have some furniture I need to sell. Yeah. I should try to do that before we go. I want it out of the house. The problem is it has a high value. I just have to take whatever, just be done with it. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I am going to, all right. I think I'm going to add a little bit of color to these, but let's just pop them on here and see. Yeah, I am. I'm going to add some color. If I don't like it, I'll use the other side. As long as I don't smear the other side into this. But I think I like it. I think this girl goes on this one. Oh yeah, it's super cute. Okay, that'll work. I think the mullet is going to be perfect. I don't think it's anyone. Yeah. It is going to be perfect. It's going to be great. You know what? If I don't like it, it's not that big of an adjustment. I'll just cut the back off and I'll have a normal haircut. So I don't really see a risk in it. Plus, I know I like short hair. And I know I like a punky haircut. I like funky. So there's really no risk. And I'll tell her what I tell myself about artwork. Everything's not made for everybody. You know? We don't have to make art for everybody. We have to make art for ourselves. Not everybody's going to like the cards I make today, or the things that I do, or how I do them. And that's okay. Because we don't have to make art for everybody. We have to make art for ourselves. I don't have to get a haircut for everybody. I have to get a haircut for myself. I like the numbers. The numbers was a good go. Can't really tell that they're numbers once I put the things on them, but I like it. That was Kitsch Flamingo. Ooh, I love that color. Okay. I'm going to wipe it up, even though I could have smushed it on paper, but that's okay. We just got to keep this train a-moving. Okay, I'm making A2 cards. Oh my gosh. Okay. A mohawk. I had a mohawk. I did. In my 20s, I had a mohawk. It was platinum blonde with hot pink polka dots on one side. Only on one side. Yes, indeed. I loved my mohawk. Okie doke. Well, now that I got the gel pen out, I can add more fun details around here. She has pink puff sleeves. There we go. Okay, let's do this. This should be dry enough. I can now glue these things together. Glue her down. Oh, we'll find a cute sentiment for these. And I will have made, I really want to start making birthday cards or birthday themed stuff when we have these birthday parties. Let's refill my glue gun. Because the more full it is, the less squeezing I have to do with these precious little hands of mine. Okay, I'm using my pH neutral line coat glue and always shake it up because like this has been sitting for a month, probably not even that long, a couple of weeks unshaken. So you want to shake it up so you can get the best consistency going into your little bitty bottle. And we just fill it right up to the top, to the tippy top. Oh, there we go. Yay. Now I don't have to work so hard. Work smarter, not harder, right? All right, let's do this thing. I'm glad I caught you live. Well, I'm glad you did too, Christy. I'm so glad you were here. You finished your craft roulette card. Awesome. And I would love to craft with you anytime. We'll have to craft together. Christy, you're going to be at Craft Roulette 26? Craft Roulette Live? Are you going? Do I get to see you again? I got to meet Christy in real life last year. and IRL. I don't know where my thick foam tape is, so I might just use cardboard if I want to pop this up. I think I do want to pop it up. Pam! Pam's gonna be there. How's it going? You're going! Yay! Cool. Do that. Sounds great. Yeah, y'all, you don't have to have foam tape. You can use cardboard. Now, it's thicker, so you'll have to deal with that. It is thicker, but especially like this one that I'm using is corrugated. But you can use it. I'm going to use some double-sided tape. Exactly. I'm just using what I have. I don't know where. I know I have a big roll of double-sided foam tape that's the size I want to use, but I know without a doubt this cardboard's cheaper because I didn't even have to buy it. And it's right here in front of me. All right. You can also, we can do this. We can mash it down because it's corrugated. So you can flatten it a little. Just break those center waves, the center waves that are right there. You just bust those up and it will flatten it a little bit. You'll still have dimension, but you won't have quite as much. Better for the environment. There we go. And it's still going to pop it up. Nice. I think it just stands out a little better popped up like that. And then we're going to put these cuties on some cards. Okay. That little birthday girl. Happy birthday, June babies. That one's done. Next. This girly. Good, good, good. What are y'all doing this weekend? Do you have plans? Anybody doing anything really fun? I know Kalinda's off at a baseball game. Somebody's taking a class. I'm going to go ahead and flatten these too. Just for good measure and less postage. No plans. Does that mean you get to craft? When you have no plans, I need to clean. I need to do some things. I'm trying to purge my house. I feel like ever since the pandemic, things have just been piling up in my house nonstop. And I am ready to purge. That's going to go right there. She's going to go right there. Man, it's so nice having this glue bottle full again. I barely have to squeeze this contraption. Father's Day, Zoom. Aw, that's awesome. I mean, I'm sure it would be even better if you could be in person, but hey, take what we can get, right? It's good to have that connection. Video is better than a text, I'll tell you that. Oh, I love these, you guys. I don't know how y'all feel about them, but I love them. All right. We're going to keep going. See, all this with scraps. Bring out your scraps. Ooh, I almost glued that one down. I don't want to. I don't want to. I want to pop them up. Taking Mom, Albert, and Christopher out for early Father's Day dinner this afternoon. That's a really good idea. And then you don't have to be in the mayhem of tomorrow. We're going to be in the mayhem of tomorrow. Tis what it is. After I get done here with you guys, I'm actually going to stay in my craft room and paint a picture of my dog for my husband. I've been getting flack for painting my mom's dogs for her for Christmas, even though I hadn't painted our own dog. So I'll finally get past that. Flack for my kids. One other thing I'm really excited about working on my glass mat again is I can line things up. I have missed that. Maybe things I make will be a little straighter now. We have a yummy church dinner. Nice. Yummy. All right. This is the last of this cardboard, and now I'm trying to figure out how to extend it. That should be fine. That'll be fine. And I'll flatten it. Tomorrow, our boys are coming for Father's Day. Aww. Your daughter's still in Texas? Aw, is she in school down here? I'm in Texas too. That one's nice and flat. All right. Hi from the road. Hi, Meredith. Are you headed home to see your hubby and Cricket for summer? Oh, Texas Instruments, interning at Texas Instruments. Cool. That's in Dallas. I mean, they may have locations in other places, but I always think of Dallas when I think of Texas Instruments. She must be a science girl. Impressive. She must be like a STEM girl. Science, engineering, math, technology, that kind of thing. Very cool. Miss Linda, are you holding it down for me before we get to LA? How's it out there? How's the weather? I've been checking. I've been following the forecast. California dreaming. We're 2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks away. Well, I guess we are 2 weeks from California almost. But our trip starts in less than 2 weeks. All right, let's slap these fun, funky birthday cards together onto some card bases. Ooh, I like this dark blue. I'm just pulling card bases that I already have folded. Okay. I wonder what it would look like. This one would look like on this red. I like it. Okay. No. Okay. Darker colors. Interesting. What else do I have? Digging through my little box here. Do I like her on this color? Not really. Do I like her on this color? Not really. All right. I like them on the darker colors for some reason. Let's see if I have one more hanging out in my pile of card bases over here. Ooh, I have that. That's fun. I like that. Okay, that'll work. I mean, there's always white, right? But I had to just, that's all the colors I had. I like her better on the pink, peach, whatever color that is. Okay, we've got card bases. Shucks, this is a top folding, but that'll be okay. All right, I'm going to glue these down. I hope this paper sticks well. This is that calendar that I made the master board on. It's a little slick, but I think with this glue it'll hold it. They have a lot of interns. They seem to have a lot of activities, so let them connect. That's so cool. Oh, she was calling a lot at first, but not so much now. Well, she's active. She's engaged, would be my guess. Oh, not engaged like that, but engaged in what she's doing. No meet the parents, right? Not yet. Well, Biddy, in real life, I know. Linda, it would be awesome if I got to see you while I was there. I don't know if I will, but it would be awesome. We're only going to have 3.5 days. If I had more time, I would arrange something. I don't know exactly what part you're in. I know that I'm pretty sure I still have your address. I'll try to figure it out. You and Rhonda are the two that I know in Cali. I always think of Gloria as a Cali girl, but I think she's actually a Florida girl. I think of Flo as a Cali girl. Well, I thought Flo lived in Florida too. Flo's always moving around in my head. Bye, cat. Cat's in Florida. Okay, so there those are. Oh, I think they're so much fun. They scream happy birthday to me. I don't know if they scream happy birthday to all of you. Let's see. I did pull out a couple of sentiment stamp sets, plus I always have these handy. I have some for these Alice ones, but I don't know. I found it. I know exactly what sentiment I'm going to use. We're adults. When did that happen? How do we make it stop? Where is it? There it is. Yes, that's going to be our sentiment. Perfect for these oddballs with their expressions. Yes, absolutely. All right. This will go quickly because I already have a bunch of these cut. These are cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and I call them card inserts. So I'm going to stamp my sentiments directly onto these card inserts, and we'll do colors that match the card base. So I'll use this red from Simon Hurley for this one. Okay. And stamp, 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 stamp. Linda Veal, I'm staying in Santa Monica. My stomach is growling. Oh my gosh, you guys, I had my first K-dog the other day. That's like a Korean corn dog, for those that didn't know. My first K-dog. It was amazing. It was, oh, well, yeah, that'll be fine. I wish it was a little bit smaller, but that's okay. All right, let's pick our next color that needs to be something like this. So you got to pick, like, they have different sausages to go in the middle, and then you could pick different will this color do? Check engine, it's orange, and that's more peach. I chose I asked the girl what her favorite was, and she said the potato one. So I got potato on the outside. It was amazing. It was so amazing. I did not expect it to be that good, but I totally get the hype now. I have a feeling this is going to be too light, but let's try it. Santa Monica is 3 buses and a train from my apartment. Oh, that's not far at all. We're going down to Venice Beach. And then, of course, Hollywood and Beverly Hills. And then we're getting out of town pretty much. But yeah, we're going to spend a day at Venice Beach. And we're staying right by the Santa Monica Pier, so we'll be going there one evening. Let's glue this one down. Oh, you love downtown Santa Monica? Oh, good. That's where we're staying. We're staying 3 blocks from the beach. That's as close as I could get. It's supposed to be an 8-minute walk. Oh, I'm so excited to have these birthday cards in my stash. I know they're funky and different, but I am stoked. You haven't been to Venice in a while. Yeah, you know, it's just one of those iconic things. And so my husband and my children haven't been to LA. I've been many times. And so I want them to see some of the iconic places. All right, we need a dark blue. We're going to use Midnight Snack from Mr. Simon. I love these inks. We're adults. How did that happen? How do we make it stop? This is how I feel. Oh, Pam, thanks. You're too sweet. I do make some real duds sometimes. Oh man, it can happen. These are fun though. I like this making the ink match the card base too. I'm liking that. Okay, and then this is like a forest green. It's a really dark green. So let's see what Mr. Hurley has. Oh, we'll use Loch Ness. It's not exactly forest green, but I think it'll be fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, totally works. Yeah, they'll enjoy it. I want to, what we're thinking about doing is renting bikes or scooters and cruising from Santa Monica to Venice on the scooters or bikes. But then we might also take the train down and just rent the scooters and bikes down there and ride around for, because you can rent them by the hour. So we might just rent them for an hour. I don't know. We'll just have to see how everybody feels in the moment. Because that's how I like to do things. I like to know what my options are, but not be committed. And then we can decide in the moment. Do the research, know your options, but don't stress about it. All right. Wow, you guys, what a marathon. I have not been on here for 3.5 hours in a really long time, as far as I can remember. But we got 4 super cute A2 cards. What? I know, I don't even have a fever or anything. I have a fever for crafting, and that's about it. So we made those cards. And then we also made this card. My Craft Your Luck card. With the Fazerwaz. So, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bethany, you just keep doing your thing, girl. Oh, good. Yay. Yeah, Venice is fun. It is fun. You know, it's just kind of fun to see those iconic places. Oh, I'm so glad it's been a treat, Christy. I'm glad you could be here. I'm glad all of you guys, I can't thank you enough for spending your time with me. You could be anywhere doing anything, and you're spending your precious time with me, and I don't know how to thank you enough. Thank you. Thank you. But I hope you enjoy it. I hope it enriches your life, inspires you to create and have fun. And, you know, I know there's a great community in this chat, so I hope it uplifts you. I love you guys so much. And well, you're most welcome. I'm so glad you needed a long live today because you got it, Sue. You're most welcome, Linda. I'm actually making one non-crafty trip this year. We're going to Albuquerque in October. I'm driving through Albuquerque to the Hot Air Balloon Festival. Oh, cool. Celebrating your 30th anniversary. How amazing, Pam. I love that for you. I've ridden a hot air balloon before and it is pure magic. I don't know if you're planning on going in a balloon, but if you do, it's pure magic. It's an amazing way to just experience overall. So I hope you get in a balloon. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Y'all have a super awesome weekend. Have fun celebrating those fathers out there. I know we will. And I'll see you guys back here on Monday. Bye, everybody.